Appreciation in Texas. Take a look at this chart. This is a really great set of data to understand. This data comes from Texas A&M Real Estate Research Center. I did not go to Texas A&M, but they've got a really great resource in their real estate research center and a lot of free data. And it's really good vetted information for the entire state. You can get down to certain communities or cities, but this is the entire state. And what this shows is some housing statistics going back to 1990. And you'll see here the number of sales, number of homes, single family homes that sold, and the dollar volume of those sales. Well, you'll see that dollar volume has just gradually risen as home prices rise. And then you'll see these numbers here of average price and the appreciation of the average price and the median price. Now, I probably ought to explain a little bit about median versus average. You may remember this from your days in high school, but it's been a while for some people. Average is you take all the numbers, add them up, and divide them by the number of numbers. Median is you take all the numbers and you sort them low to high and you go to the midpoint. Now, some people say you can make an argument both ways here. Some people say the average is the better reflection. Some say it's median. The theory with median is if you had, again, this is the whole state, if you had a very, very, very expensive home that sold on the lake in Austin for $50 million and you had a home way out in West Texas in the middle of nowhere that sold for $5,000, those are outliers. So it removes the outliers. Okay. It literally is just what is the midpoint. So you can make a case either way. By the way, the general statistics work out about the same regardless. And what you'll see, I'll talk about this last column here in a little bit, is we see as the appreciation has been positive, positive, positive. By the way, there are only 3 years in which there were negative numbers. The first two were in 2008 and 2009. Now, there was something that happened, you might have heard of it, called the mortgage crisis in 2007, 2008. Yes, the mortgage world was very, very different prior to that. I was in the mortgage world before that, and I saw those changes take place. So it was definitely had some ripple effects. But notice that it went down, we'll just look at the average, 0.51%, 3.27%. But notice it basically rebounded all of that the following year. Okay, so not a huge issue in Texas. In some other states, it was a bigger issue. And then the only other one, interestingly, is last year. A very, very, very small decline. Again, it's for the entire state. But remember, 2021 and 2022, and I guess you could even maybe say part of 2020, we had extreme appreciation due to COVID. Extreme. So a little bit of a negative is not shocking. By no means does that mean the sky is falling or anything like that. But again, that's the whole state, and that's little bitty towns, and it's bigger cities, Houston, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, etc. Okay, but what's interesting is notice that 33-year average, 4.94 or 4.99, basically just a little less than 5%. Okay, and that's over a long period of time. Okay. So to use 4.5, 5 is not unrealistic. Okay. Months of inventory. This, the best way to describe it, there's some explanation over at the right, but if there are, let's say, keep it very simple. Let's say there are 5,000 homes on the market. There are way more than that, but let's say there were 5,000. And in the month before, let's say 1,000 homes sold. Well, you take the number of homes on the market, divide it by the number of homes that sold last month, and you'll get the number 5. That would be a 5-month supply of homes if no additional homes came on the market and if the exact same number were to sell in the following months. Okay, just an indicator. The general observation is that when that months of inventory is over 6, you are in a buyer's market where the trends kind of more are supportive that the buyer gets can negotiate a better deal. When it's under 6, it's a seller's market, or some people might say an owner's market, where generally the odds are more in favor of the seller, that they're not going to have to negotiate as much. They're not going to have to give up as much. Okay. Well, there's a lot of different reasons for this, but you'll see we've been in a seller's or owner's market for quite some time, following a little bit of craziness there right after the mortgage crisis. Largely, this is because builders haven't built as many homes, to be blunt, all across the country. So there's some reasons for that. Hey, this is really great data. I love for people to see this because it explains what are typical appreciation rates in Texas. We're not guaranteed what it'll be, but these are some good indicators. Hope this helps. Have a great day. Bye.